It's Friday. That can only mean one thing. Well, it means yesterday was Thursday and tomorrow's Saturday. But it's Method of Victory Power Rankings. Let's go. All right. If it's your first time joining us, first off, welcome. But the premise of the show is very, very simple. Jim and I will take turns picking a fight. We have to pick the winner of the fight, and we have to pick the method of victory. There's no inside the distance. You have to pick submission. You have to pick KO, or you have to pick decision. If you want to go crazy and say majority draw, great. That's fine. Yeah, more power to you. So, but if everyone could, I buried the lead. We made 1,000 subscribers, Jim.
1,000, baby. We hit our goal. Pumped about it. Hitting our goals in Discord, way ahead of schedule. Thank you, guys. Thank everybody out there. We wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for you. And we're excited, man. We're not even halfway through the year yet. We hit our goal.
Yeah, the 1,000 subscribers is a really, really big deal. It allows us to monetize the YouTube channel. It opens a lot of opportunities on YouTube. So you're kind of handcuffed you're very limited with what you could do on YouTube. But once you get to 1,000, that's a big, big deal for us. So thank you so much to everybody that has subscribed to the channel. If you haven't, come on, keep coming.
2,000.
Yeah, we need 2,000. Absolutely. So, all right, put it in the chat. What's your method of victory? What's your favorite one? We love seeing what you guys are all over. We've added a new wrinkle. It's called That's My Fight, where Jim and I each get to pick a fight that we say the other person is not allowed to pick on that one. So, Jim, we will do the coin flip here. You ready to call it in air?
I'm calling it.
Here we go.
Tails.
Tails is the call, and it is tails.
With these.
You get the first fight. What's the fight that you want all to yourself?
Alex Pereira. Oh, Alex Pereira. He's not fighting. Michelle Pereira.
All right, that's a ways out. All right. Jim gets Michelle Pereira, and I got to tell you, Jim, that was a great choice because that was going to be mine. Yeah, I'm going to take the Matt Schnell fight because you already –
I knew you were going to pick that one. That's why I took I thought that would be your number one. I tried to be nice there.
All right.
I did a Giants. I passed on Shador for you.
Yeah. All right. So I've got the Matt Schnell fight with Jimmy Flick. Jim has Michelle Pereira versus Abus Magomedov. By the way, someone left a comment about me pronouncing Abus's first name. I will send you examples of how the announcers in all the promotions pronounce his name different. So I'm sorry if I can't get it right. But if the UFC, PFL, like whatever, if they all can't come to an agreement as to what this guy's name is, then I'm sorry. It's just like the golfer on Live Tour. The guy's name is Dave. His last name is Puig. Everyone called him David Puig. Yeah. Then one day he was like, "My name's pronounced Puig." I'm like, "Oh, sorry, we've been doing it wrong for a while."
I guarantee you asked Bisping and Cormier how to say his name. They're going to give you 4 different ones.
Absolutely, 100%. All right, Bankroll Boss has Ian Garry by sub. Ooh. Garry by sub at plus 550. I love it. Ballsy. All right. Now we need to go to the coin flip to see who goes first. Jim, you get to call it in air.
Heads.
Head. Good God, you're on fire. All right. You get the first overall pick. Generally, what we recommend, you're either betting all of them very, 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 very small or none of them. Or if you want, we kind of recommend parlaying the top 2 or 3. To get you a really nice plus money. These are not big-time official bets. These are not huge bets that we use for our own bankroll. This is a lot of fun. You want little action to kind of get you a little interested in some of the fights, but these are not big bets. So, all right, Jim, number 1, who you got? And you're muted.
Sorry, dogs are barking. It's wild because I wanted to take the Schnell. So, but now that's your fight.
Don't worry, it's coming too. It's coming at number 2.
I'm sure. You know what? First off, I'm going to go to the Gutierrez fight first. Okay. And I'm going to go to it because I think that the time prop in this really just adds value on Gutierrez by decision. The fact that we
Okay.
know that these guys are going to pitter patter and they're just going to mess around. And like you said, Chris Gutierrez is going to land a couple leg kicks and it's just going to draw this fight out. And I'm going to go Chris Gutierrez by decision at minus 105. Just a
All
real
right.
close, possibly split. And I just think that if he does get the leg kicks off, Castaneda's takedowns aren't going to be there anymore.
Yeah.
He's tough enough to make it. So give me Gutierrez by decision as my number one. Actually, really like that play.
All right. I am going to use that's my fight. I'm going to go Schnell by KO at plus 140. It's Jimmy Flick is literally one path to victory, and that's a submission. Now, you can make the case Schnell is chinny. If there's one fighter in the UFC that is not going to test the chin of Schnell, I just think it's Jimmy Flick. So I just think Flick is going to do what he does, which is look terrible on the feet. I think he's going to end up on the ground trying to get Schnell to engage in this, and I think Schnell ends up ground and pounding. And this is a Jimmy Flick who came back to fighting because his significant other left him. His other career didn't work out, so he said, "I would rather get my ass kicked in UFC rather than this particular life." And he has gotten his ass kicked. His one win was against Malcolm Gordon, and of course, it was by submission. Schnell's too good on the ground to get sucked up into a stupid submission loss. Schnell's biggest weakness by far is his chin, and Jimmy Flick's the one guy that can't test it. So Schnell by KO. I'm stunned at plus 140 that I can get a finish prop against Jimmy Flick. So that's going to be.
And Jimmy Flick gets KO'd. That's what he does. He doesn't get submitted. He gets KO'd.
Absolutely. 100%. Craig asked, Giga came in heavy. Is the fight still on? Does it change your earlier thoughts? Yes, Giga got fined. Does it change my earlier thoughts? Oh, man.
It was only 2 pounds. He didn't look that bad.
Yeah, and we broke the streak of the
it's over.
The streak. Yeah, so there was 0-8, 0-9 going into the Nora Cornell Haley Cohen fight. Cornell missed weight, but she ends up getting the win. So the streak of the people that miss weight losing is, I feel like it's kind of over. So I'm going to lean into that. No, it doesn't break down. Or it doesn't break my earlier thoughts on it. So,
no.
All right, Jim, number 3, who you got?
Let's go right to that's my fight because I need to keep him in the top 3.
Okay.
I just need to. I'm going to go Michelle Pereira, and I'm going to go Michelle Pereira by KO.
Okay.
When Abus gets tired in this fight, we have seen him just shell up and shell up and shell up. And I don't think it's going to be like a one-shot knockout. I could see Abus up against the fence, just covering up, and Pereira having the gas to just keep punching him kind of deal.
It.
I think that's going to be the method here. Once these takedowns just zap the life right out of Michelle, right out of Abus. I think he's going to tire himself out. And I know tired guys tap, but if it's not on the ground, how do you tap? So I think Pereira's just going to treat the floor as lava. Let's go by KO. Michelle Pereira. Love him by finish.
Yeah, plus 185 is a pretty good one. So I will take the very, very low hanging fruit. I will take Ming Yang by KO. I mean, we had to do it. It's minus 250. I'll throw it in here. It's Anthony Smith's retirement fight. Anthony Smith's got knocked out by Reyes, and I like Ming Yang. He's raw, but he does have a lot of experience, and this is just a send-off. I still don't know why they keep giving Anthony Smith, like, knockout guys. I don't know.
He doesn't want any easy fights.
I guess, but that to me, that's the only way to play this one. So I'll take Ming Yang by KO. Number 5, what you got, Jim?
Get it out of the way. Let's go to Ikram Eliskerov.
Okay.
Andre Muniz is just a fade train waiting to happen, man. It's just the guy is not. He had his moments earlier in his career, and he's running into a freight train here that the UFC's giving a very positive matchup to. I'm going Ikram by KO at minus 160. I was tempted with decision, but God, Ikram is just a beast, man, when he has somebody hurt. He is not a guy that has someone hurt and says, all right, let's wait a little bit. No, when he sees somebody hurt, he swarms them. So I'll go Ikram by KO at minus 160.
Okay. All right. I will go to, I'm going to go to a little bit of a He's not quite the underdog, but I like my read on Cameron Simon over Malcolm Wellmaker. I just do. I think Cameron Simon gets this done by decision.
Like it.
I don't trust Wellmaker. He falls in this category of a lot of talent, but raw prospect coming off of a Contender Series where he didn't have to do much on Contender Series. And Cameron Simon has lost 2 in a row. One of them was to Peyton Talbot. Cameron Simon's young, and I just think he has the experience and the much better competition. And Wellmaker is seen as this super athletic prospect, and I just think he's got way too many holes in this game. I think he's going to come in, and Simon, like in round 2, you're going to be going, oh yeah, okay, here's the experience level. Like, yeah, these guys have similar amounts of fights, but the quality of the opponent is just not there. So I'm going to take Cameron Simon to break his 2-fight losing streak and to get the win by decision. Number 7.
Number 7. I don't like the number. It's the only reason it wasn't in my top 5. I'm going to go Jacqueline O'Moran by submission. It's chalky.
It's got to be on our card. It's got to be.
Of course it is. The thing that worries me is it's on everybody's card. So my thoughts were submission. I don't know. Ground and pound. I don't know. Decision. Better numbers. But I cannot not fade these female fighters that are not committed to their career.
100%.
They have other things going on. We saw this written on the wall last week, and the books caught on to it. They know what we're getting here, and there's a reason why this is minus 175. There's a reason.
Yeah.
They're not going to give us plus money on under 2.5 or a Moran by sub. So let's get that in there and get it out of the way because it is a play I really like.
Well, our friend sent us a message that said arm bars minus 115. What does that tell you? That's insane.
That's the first time I think I could ever. Maybe Ronda Rousey was that at one point, but
insane. But not Amorum. What's up, Rudy? Shout out to Rudy.
Rudy's got some props on this. I know he's got some good props on this card.
Yeah. I'm going to throw my first long shot.
Okay.
I'm going to go Alatang by decision at plus 700.
I like it.
Blackshear, I just don't think he's that fast on the feet. And if he doesn't get this to the ground, I think he's at a real speed disadvantage on the feet. I think Alatang can work the jab, can work some kicks. If Blackshear gets us on the ground, he could easily submit Alatang, and then I sit here looking like a fool. But if he doesn't get this on the ground, I think Blackshear is going to look pretty bad on the feet. And I just need a couple of judges to reward the, volume and the speed of Alatang. So if I'm looking for an upset, I can get Alatang because I don't think Alatang's finishing. He's not submitting.
He's definitely not submitting him.
He's not submitting. I don't think he's knocking anybody out these days. So I'll just take him to win a striking battle on the feet. I'll take him by decision, 7-1.
Okay.
So. All right, number 9. What you got?
I'm going to our boy, guy we love. Let's take Evan Elder.
Okay.
Let's get him out of the way here. Evan Elder is fighting a last-second replacement on very short notice who has a very, very questionable level of competition outside of his Contender Series fight. Which he lost. That being said, Gage Young is a really talented fighter. And I think he's a real tough fighter with good cardio. We're kind of seeing mirror images in this fight. I think both of these guys are very similar, but Elder's a little bit better. I'll take Elder by decision at minus 110. I think this ends up being a close fight, but Elder has the veteran savvy to eke it out at the end.
Okay. All right. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. All right, so at number 10, I will go to the guy that missed weight. I still believe in him. And I still think Giga by decision at plus 275 are odds that are too good to pass up. We know Giga's kicks are going to be really, really good. He's going to land to the body. He's going to land to the legs. And yeah, I know he missed weight. It didn't seem like it was by that much. and I'm just not that ready to lean into that Giga is washed up because he lost to Calvin Cater in his prime, and Arnold Allen, who looks to be like really really good. So, um, David Onama, I'm not too sold on. I went back and watched that Romero fight. One of us is gonna have to pick Onama, the Onama fight. One of us is gonna have to pick the Romero fight. Wasn't that impressed by Onama. Like his striking offense was okay, but Romero sat there and got teed off on. And like you brought up the point, Giga's seen every strike.
Yeah.
There's gonna be no angles that Onama's gonna throw at him that he's not ready for. So I'm gonna go Giga that the leg kick. And here's the other thing: when Giga lands one of those body kicks clean, the sound that it makes, it's just like the judges, and you just hear the whole place go, "Oh!"
Can I martial artist nerd out for a second?
Yeah, sure.
All right. The Giga kick. Everyone wants to talk about the Giga kick, but what is it? What is it? Why is it so powerful? Why does it do this damage? I'll give you a little breakdown on this, okay? Most body kicks land with the top of the foot. The way guys are taught in Muay Thai, they kick with the top of the foot most of the time. They use the shin. That's great if you land with the shin. But when you curl your foot and you use the ball of your foot, think about impact, right? Impact. We take all that power and it's spread across your foot. If I take all that power and I make it a small target, now all of that power is generating to that small target. So when you kick with the ball of your foot, all right, I know you see like a teep kick where they use the bottom of their foot, Muay Thai style, and you'll see Lyoto Machida, you'll see Anderson Silva, you'll see John McDessie, you'll see all these karate guys snap their kicks. They snap and they use the ball of the foot. That's what Giga does. He uses the ball of the foot to target the liver and the solar plexus. And like you said, when it lands and you hear that noise, those are ribs.
Yeah.
It is extremely powerful. And I wish more fighters would not just slam away on the bag with their kicks and target their kicks and practice that, because look at Dakota Ditcheva with her kicks targeted. Giga does the same thing. So I had to nerd out there. You brought up the kicks. I've been waiting to talk about that.
Yeah, and I'm not a fighter, but I've watched it for a long time, and I've always said I don't understand why people don't throw more of those front kicks where the ball of their foot just digs into the
It's
gut,
miserable.
the chest. Like just
Mhm.
throw all of them, throw them all day. They're so hard to block, and the best you can do is catch and hope that you take them down. But if you don't, it's just a clean land. It just digs in the body. And you can just see on the faces of the fighters when it lands how annoying and painful it is. So yeah, I'll ride with Giga one more time. So.
I like that pick.
All right, number 11.
So to answer the question, no, we're not worried about the 2 pounds. As far
No,
as
no.
All right. I was going to take one fight to go the distance, but I'm going to take another one. Let's go Timmy Kwamba and Roberto Romero.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take Kwamba by decision.
Okay.
I think this fight goes the distance. I think we have two very closely matched fighters, but Kwamba's back is definitely against the wall way more than Romero's. Okay, way more than Romero's. Kwamba can get cut if he loses this fight. Romero took that fight against Onama. He's not in anybody's bad graces yet. Now, if he loses this one, the pressure is going to be on in that third fight. And we've also seen these guys make their debut look good in their first fight, then bad in their second. So I'm going to take Kwamba by decision. I think he's going to save his job here and eke out a really, really close fight. I think this is going to be this has split decision written all over it. So give me the more experienced UFC level fighter and Timmy Kwamba.
Love it. Got our last few fights here. If you have not locked in on our 5% best bet, go ahead, get that. I seriously do not know why you wouldn't be betting our MMA. It's been one of the best sports in 2025. We're number one at WagerTalk in MMA profits on a 10-2 MMA run. I was laughing that Jim went 2-1 in PFL and it lowered the win percentage.
Yeah,
in
we have high
PFL.
standards for PFL.
Yeah, it's been a really, really good year, and we're 10-1 in 5% best bets in all sports in 2025. So the 5% best bets have been absolutely fantastic. MMA has been fantastic. If you're interested in long-term packages, let me know. Literally right before we did this show, Jim, someone reached out to us on Discord, which, by the way, that's the best way to reach out to us. Join the Winning in the Shadows Discord and said, I'm interested in long-term package. I'd love to talk to you more about it. Guess who I'm calling right after this?
Boom.
So not many handicappers will do that with you because we understand this is a big investment, but we preach long-term. We're up 127 units last year. We were up 90 units the year before that. So far this year, we're already up 80 units. So it's been a fantastic investment, and we encourage everybody to do the long-term packages. If you just want our plays for this week, it's a loaded card. We've got plays. It is a fantastic betting card. We're very, very excited about it. But just reach out to us if you have any questions. Take advantage of these plays. Your bankroll is a business, and these are plays that we bet with our own money. Our bankrolls are businesses as well. So every play that we release, we have our own money bet onto it. So you can guarantee that. All right, let's move on here. I'm going to go to the Chandler and Edwards fight, and I just think in a fight that's really close that I think is going to go the distance. I just want the better odds. So I actually think Edwards edges it out, but I just don't want to be sitting on a Jocelyn Edwards like ticket at way less money. I want to be holding a Chandler ticket when the announcer goes, Judge 1 scores it 29-28. And I'm going, oh, God, now I got to split out a minus 305 Jocelyn Edwards. So it's down near the bottom for a reason. I can't say this is super, super confident, but in a women's fight that's going to go the distance that's really close, I'll take Chandler by decision at plus 350.
Okay.
All right. What you got?
Main event or a Randy Brown fight? Main event or a Randy Brown fight?
I know.
I'm taking Randy Brown's fight first. I will save the main event for you for number 14. I was all about Randy Brown by decision. But after hearing Dalby's interview and the fact that he's coming off an injury and he's 40 years old, and Randy Brown is coming off of, I'll say it, getting robbed against Brian Battle. I thought he clearly won that fight. I could not believe they gave that to Brian Battle. I think Randy Brown has to make a statement, needs to make a statement. Will he? I don't know. That's why he's ranked 13th in this breakdown. But I can't ignore plus 350 on Randy Brown by KO.
I love this pick. I had this written down as well, and I thought
perfect.
I really thought I was going to be on an island on this one.
Like after we did our woulda, coulda, shoulda, I went back and I thought, and I'm like, man, like 40-year-old Dalby off an injury, have some personal stuff in his life going on. Like, hey, I wish him the best, but this is about making money, folks. So give me Randy Brown.
Craig, truer words were never spoken. Never bet on a Jocelyn Edwards fight. If you feel the need, see rule number 1. Yep. It's so true. It's absolutely so true. All right, main event, Ian Garry and Prates. Somebody made a comment. It was all fun and gay. He's like, it sounds like two guys that want to bet on Prates, looking for reasons to bet on Prates, and he thinks that Ian Garry makes this look easy. Love the back and forth. Yeah, I love the back and forth. Very respectful comment. That's what we're looking for. It's okay to disagree. But if I'm taking Carlos Prates, which I am, I have to take him by KO because I think if this goes the distance, I do think Ian Garry ekes this one out. I trust Ian Garry in rounds 4 and 5 just because I haven't seen Prates. And the confidence that the fighting nerds have when they take these fights, when they go into these fights is unbelievable. Like, we were super confident in Silva over Bryce Mitchell. And I don't want to say they made it easier than we thought, but Silva kind of did, where he was like, I'm not even going to knock Bryce Mitchell out. I'm going to submit him.
He was not worried about the takedowns at all.
He welcomed it.
Nothing surprised him.
No, you're 100% right. So the level of confidence that these guys have, they take these fights knowing they have a game plan. Jim, you talked about how Kyle Perallo, this is MMA Moneyball. When Moneyball worked in MLB before everybody else knew what was going on, it was diabolical. I mean, teams won World Series based on just getting the stats right. And this is what Kyle Perallo
and we're going to see a champion from this camp. It's just a matter of time.
And then everyone's going to zig and zag and try and figure it out. And listen, I don't know if Prates is going to be a champion, but if he beats Ian Garry, he's going to get a shot. Kyle Perallo is going to get a shot.
Yep.
Gene Silva's well on his way to getting a shot. You can see multiple champs coming from this camp. I just trust in the process, and I love when these professional athletes zig when everyone's zagging. And I just love the Fighting Nerds was like, you know what, the hole in the game that everyone has is we can just be the best at strategy.
Yeah.
Let's just be the best at strategy. Let's just stick to a game plan. Let's know our opponents inside and out. Let's do the best corner work. Because how many times on our takedown live show, Jim, are we just like, God, these corners have no idea what
They're
they're looking
brutal.
at.
They're brutal. You've got
Any
these guys game playing, and then you go to the other corner. It's like, you really got to hit him in the face. Thanks for pointing that out. It's round 5. I've been getting my ass kicked for 5 rounds. Wow. I'm so glad I'm paying you 10% of my purse for that inside info.
my favorite is when they just give him really vague things like, listen, man, you just got to push forward, man. You got to put the pressure on him. You're on your own back foot. You need to push forward and make him fight. This is our fight to win. And the fighter's like, could you tell me how I could work the jab to make it our fight?
They're like an NFL draft interview. I just want to take it one play at a time. I'm just happy to be here. This has been a dream, right?
Yeah.
I want to thank my family. Every cliche comment. And then the fighter gets their ass kicked because they don't know what to do.
And the Fighting Nerds, there's no
They're like,
question.
he's leaving his left hand low. Counter left hook. Use the leg kick to set it up. It'll work. Yes, sir. Boom.
Here's some water. Now, here's some water. We'll see you in a few minutes when you knock this guy out. Yeah, I can't fade the Fighting Nerds until they show me that they're fadeable. Gary's been hit multiple times. He's been dropped a few times and rocked. So yeah, I'll take Prates by KO. Honestly, it was Garry by decision or Prates by KO in this main event. So that's how I'm going. All right, quick recap here. Gutierrez by decision, Schnell by KO, Michel Pereira by KO, Ming Yang by KO, Alaskarov by KO, like Cameron Simon by decision at nice plus money. We have to take the Amorim by sub at minus 175. Alatang by decision. That's our biggest underdog here. Plus 700. Elder by decision. Giga by decision. Kwamba by decision. Chandler by decision. And then we got Randy Brown and Prates by KO. I got to tell you, man, I like that Prates and Brown by KO parlay. That gets you that's got to get you 9-1, 10-1. It's kind of
that's a fun one for the end of
the night
there.
Yeah, not going to play it, but you're right. 40-year-old Dalby coming off of an injury. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So
Gary up to minus 160 on Penny today. Careful, fellas.
Rudy, this isn't a show about who's winning. This is a show about what's the best odds,
my man.
This is odds on the inside to distance. Like I said,
I love how Prates has been the polarizing thing that people have commented, but we don't have I'm not lying, guys. We don't have a bet on Prates.
Yeah, we don't. It's the last.
No
it's
bet.
The very last one we
play.
did. Yeah, so I know everyone wants to talk about the main event, and I know that Ian Gary's polarizing and Prates is. We do not have any money on Prates by this one. Like I said, it was either going to be Prates by KO or Garry by decision, but it's a method of victory show, so we have to pick the method of victory. So shout out to Rudy. He's one of the good ones. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it. Again, don't forget to go get that 5% UFC Best Bet. If you're watching this live, NHL plays start in an hour. NHL, man, the NHL playoffs has been a really, really nice one for the bankrolls. We got 3 plays tonight, so I encourage everyone to get on that. We will have plays tomorrow. It's a big NBA and NHL day, but man, it comes down to UFC for us this week. So encourage everyone to grab that. So, all right, guys, have a great one. Good luck on all your plays. We will be on Takedown Live on the Winning in the Shadows YouTube channel. Make sure you join us for all the live bets, predictions, and in-fight wagers. Good luck on your plays. We'll see everyone later.
See you tomorrow.